Streaming software connected. Does this mean I'm streaming? Oh, I might be streaming. It's the first time I've done this way. I don't. Generation X, man. I can't tell if it's. I don't know what any of this means. How do I. Ooh. How do I tell if I'm streaming? That's the question. Let me go to YouTube and go to my own channel, right? Oh, it is streaming. How do I tell if I'm streaming? Oh dear Lord, I'm sorry about that. Okay. So how can I edit out the beginning? I wanted to talk about the Mandalorian, and this is with spoilers. I will try to keep this short. So I'm Generation X, born in the mid 70s. I remember seeing Return of the Jedi in 1983, and I remember these special editions coming out and seeing episode 4, special edition 5 times in the movie theater, episode 5 4 or 5 times, same thing, Return of the Jedi. Some of the stuff was welcomed, mostly horrified, just horrified, followed shortly by Jar Jar Binks in episode 1 coming out. Okay, there are amazing parts to the prequels. I'm not going to completely trash them. There's amazing parts. Darth Maul's amazing. The score to The Phantom Menace is arguably the best Star Wars score, and that pains my heart to even think that, because I grew up. My first record that I ever had as a kid, which my mom got me or somebody got me, was the soundtrack to The Empire Strikes Back, which had a disco version on it as well. So very deeply affected by the music of Star Wars. That will relate to our Mandalorian review. Quick review with spoilers. I don't care much because I'm a hardcore fan of the original trilogy, a hardcore fan of Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, that came out in 2015 on PlayStation. Um, Rogue One was amazing. Sometimes once every couple of months, I put it in the middle of the movie and start watching it from there, so the fleet can come out of hyperspace and joyous music. Um, the Mandalorian. I'll be honest. I wasn't. I was kind of impressed with the Mandalorian season one, but season two brought me to tears. I was like, "This is the greatest shit since Rogue One." Season three was okay. Um, I enjoyed the first three episodes of The Acolyte. I don't have a problem with "We Are Many." I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is regular ass looking dudes. Regular ass, highly forgettable dudes. All this build up to this Sith Lord, it's just like some Asian dude. Regular ass, that's so and so that lives across the street. Can I get a cup of sugar? Hello, Please don't let your dog shit in my yard. Highly unremarkable. It's not the actor's fault. The actor did a great job. It's just miscast. It's kind of like, okay. And then Solo, which I saw 3 times at the movies. Just watched a piece of it again. I will sometimes listen to the soundtrack. I enjoy the movie. I think it's a good movie. But the Achilles heel, which ruins it, really, is, and Alden or Ehrenreich, whatever his name is an amazing actor. He is a highly skilled actor, more than competent. Just not the right. He just ain't the right one. He just ain't the right one. And so it's just miscast. Solo is highly miscast, but most of the stuff around him was pretty good, pretty amazing. I really liked it. Could have been better, yeah, but pretty freaking cool. I like early Lando. Lando needs his own movie. What's his name that played Lando? He's a musician. This is America. This is America. Okay, he did that shit. Childish Bambino, something like that. Amazing. He was perfectly cast. Perfectly cast. Chewbacca, great. Score, great. So the sequel trilogy, the first half of episode 7 is nothing short of a masterpiece. Give it up. And look, y'all know I'm about to hate on this shit. I'm about to hate. But the first half of episode 7 is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. J.J. Abrams sets it up so well. He knows how to set it up. He don't know how to finish. Okay? He knows how to take the girl out on a date, give us some nice wedding cake, dessert, whatever it is. Not wedding cake, creme brulee, quelque chose comme ça. And he knows how to get her back to the apartment, but apparently finishes first or something. I'm sorry, that's rude. I shouldn't say those things. But he's not good with the payoff at all. The second half of the movie is awful. And it begins with the first shot of the third Death Star. Come on, man. It was arguable if it was a good idea for Return of the Jedi. And I love Return of the Jedi. It's part of the original trilogy. But it was arguable, already a worn out idea. Okay? Was there no one in the writer's room? Lawrence Kasdan, hello. How did that not pass quality control? How did that pass quality control? Like, hey man, let's think of something a little different, you know? All right. Fast forward to the worst Star Wars film ever made, and why it's very hard for me to ever want to watch a Rian Johnson movie. And I know, I get it. He's a talented director. He makes great movies. What he did to the Star Wars franchise is so damaging. It's just unforgivable. I'm sorry. I don't forgive him. You know, if there's a heaven above when we die, if it's like a Christian, Judeo-Christian heaven, and they're going to be like, you know what, Marshall, you effed that up, but you know what, you forgave all these people, except one person. You forgave your friends, your family, you forgive yourself. Rian Johnson, you got to let it go, dog. Because I mean, that's fucked up. How are you, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to curse. How are you going to make a whole movie? No one was around Rian Johnson to be like, hey man, we might need to do a little something different with this script. Nobody was around. They just let him run amok, okay? And then JJ came back for people hate episode 9, 7, 8, 9. But actually, it's way better than episode 8. It's Palpatine, every moment the Palpatine on screen is amazing. I don't know what it is. We miss that old school Shakespearean trained acting. You don't get that with our American actors. And I'm aging out. I'm not watching a lot of new movies the last 10 years. I get it. I'm not exposed enough to know great films right now. But generally when I see them, and I love the director of Dune, but American actors just sound unconvincing. I don't know what it is. They sound like not serious. Or they're always doing this with their voice. Like if you did that in real life, I just want you to know, kid, I know the code to save the universe. You'll never know what a real man is, kid. Like people who talk like that in real life, around all these battles where people would be suffering hearing loss, I can't hear you. People got to speak up. That just feels weird now. It's just so overdone. They need to stop doing that. Anyway, getting back to Star Wars, Episode 9, just like the prequels, had great moments, but generally kind of fails as a film overall. And that's how the prequel films are. There's amazing moments. Episode 3 is really the best of the prequels. It's got like a really solid, good ending. That's a good wrap up. JJ, take note. That's the overall plot of the prequels is amazing, and couldn't get any better. The overall plot, not the script, not the writing, not the editing and the directing. Marsha Lucas was missing. That's what made the original trilogy so timeless and unforgettable, despite not having more updated special effects. It was Marsha Lucas, a woman's touch. Movies need to be nurtured, just like our society. And so a woman's touch is needed. You should always have men, as advisors or co-writers or something. Because it gets a little bit too, and that's what happened with this Mandalorian movie. It is just, it's basically a D&D adventure, which is Dungeons and Dragons, or a Star Wars role-playing game adventure. Yes, I had all the books. I had all the books in the 80s and 90s, Star Wars role-playing game. What's the one with the girl with the two tails and she's Anakin's apprentice? Okay, Ahsoka. I didn't like that show. I'm sorry. We sat through one season. It's just her doing this, and then there's something missing from a lot of these episodes and the newer stuff. A lack of substance. It's almost like, and I'm sorry if this is wrong to say, made by people who don't have a story to tell, or made by people who have nothing to say other than Star Wars is cool. That's all they got to say. And I can go with that a long way, because I am a little bit like, Star Wars is awesome, man. Always will be. OT, baby. Okay, That goes a long way, but that don't take me to the end. You know, I drop out. It's like, hey, we need substance here. So let's get to the Mandalorian. Anyway, point of that was my Star Wars heart has been broken so many times and just thrown on the ground and spit on. I take anything. I'm just like, whatever. If it's a morsel, I'll celebrate. So, special effects. I love it. This is full of spoilers. Okay, I love Rada, I think it's Rada, the Hutt. Jabba's son. That was the best part to me. I could do a whole movie of that shit. I love seeing the Hutts because you know what? All these new shows have one problem in common, except for the first 3 episodes of the Acolyte. Where's the aliens? It is so racist against Homo sapiens. How come the humans are the ones who... There's a peculiar lack of aliens. Oh, Mandalorian? We got you covered, baby. It is almost too much on this side of the scale, like full of aliens and robots and just weird shit. I thought that was great, and that saved the movie. Is just the pure pure amount of species, and they were not afraid to go to Nar Shaddaa, which is the home of the Hutts, which we've dreamed about seeing for forever. And I thought it was done great. It felt like it had a tone to it, and it felt amazing. So there are strong points to it. The Mandalorian musical theme from the show is always great, especially in the slightly bigger version. So the music in one way was amazing, but the music also really sucked. I don't like small screen music. Star Wars to me is a big screen with a big orchestra. It's supposed to sweep you away into another world. Not go.
Sorry, I don't understand.
It's supposed. That's so unnerving. Oof. Je suis désolé. So it really lacked at times. It felt so small screen and so weirdly earth-like, like actually what I'm doing is cooler with what they had. I'm sorry. Usually that composer is pretty interesting and pretty good, but I don't like small screen music for Star Wars. It's hard for me. So that's why I have mixed feelings about Andor. Andor doesn't break your heart, but it's like, doesn't feel like Star Wars. It just feels like a sci-fi show. So the music was both hit and miss, so I'm going to give it a C because the good parts were good. But that electronic and house, it was like house music. Just what? What? Anyway, so I'm going to give it a C. Cinematography is an A++++. The look of the film overall, I thought was a strong point. The production design, it was really cool going to those planets. It had these particular looks and feels. They just knocked the world building out the park. I love world building. Those are the good parts of the movie. Everything else is there no one? Okay, apparently when you work for Star Wars, they say, here's $250 million, write whatever the hell you want, and we're just going to shoot it, baby. We ain't even going to read it. There's no one around people must work in fear. It has to be a culture of fear of losing your job, especially these days where everybody's losing their job in the movie industry. Lucasfilm probably is no exception. One moment. I'm an artist. This is a commission, and I'm gonna embellish these prints with airbrush. I have my Iowata Revolution. And on a separate tank, I have my Iowata Eclipse. And I use a lot of these golden acrylic, high flow, medium flow. Back to the Mandalorian. Okay, so what was the main problem? A lack of substance. Nothing to say. And that's my problem with the show as well. It's like, it's a show about a guy who's gonna get hired to kill somebody, but in order to kill somebody, he needs to go find a person to get information about where the person is. He's got to go on a mission to get something so he can do something else. That's cool for a minute as a structure, but has no meaning to it, no emotion to it. It's just like, okay. And the entire 2.5 trillion hours that movie was long, they could have cut an hour out that movie, man. Hour 15, we could have been out of there and been much happier. They could have cut a freaking hour out of that movie. There was just, what are we doing? And I remember both people on each side of me were sleeping. My friend Derek, sleeping. These people right beside me, young black males, sleeping through, I'm sure, 30% of that movie, particularly once it got to the midpoint. And he would wake up, look at his phone, and go back to sleep. And this isn't a loud freaking movie. This isn't a loud movie. People sleeping. How is that even possible? Okay, so there's no emotion. There's no stakes. Okay, second of all, plot hole. Why the F are you bringing some baby around on these dangerous missions? What is the point of having this? I don't know. It's a baby Yoda. Is it a Yoda clone? I think I read that somewhere. Child endangerment. Somebody call child services on the Mandalorian. Okay? That makes no, I don't even have children and I'm concerned for the child. I'm like, okay, this person can't even talk. The little Yoda person can't even talk and has baby sounds. Like, diaper changing area here. Like, why are they coming on a level 10 max violent mission across the galaxy? And then you can break that down into other smaller stupid problems. Like, there's a scene where he's trying to get baby Yoda to press the buttons in the spaceship to fire it up. Okay. The buttons are not labeled. So if I was there, I couldn't tell you. Is there no one in these? It has to be a culture of fear. That a script like that can just pass right on through all the departments and here's $250 million. It has to be people are so afraid of losing their jobs that they're not going to say anything. And that's probably started with the prequels. Because Marshall Lucas wasn't there to be like, George, this is stupid. You need to rewrite this whole goddamn scene. In fact, you need to cut a third of this movie out right now. It is stupid. We don't need to see child Anakin. That's retarded. Like, sorry, people get mad and drop the R word. So anyway, there's no woman checking any of this. It's obvious. Second of all, there's a lack of competent script writers with balls in Lucasfilm to be like, hey man, this script is really light. It's just a bunch of action constantly. All right, next thing, and this is a problem with the show with Mandalorian. He kills everybody and he does everything he's never hurt. He got one scratch in the movie. This dude's invincible. There's no stakes. If he's just gonna, stormtroopers are useless. Their armor's made of plastic. It's hard to care or be interested after like the 12th battle of 37 battles in this movie to really worry about. I'm not worried about it. He's going to be just fine. He kills everybody. You can't. I know he's got the Beskar armor, man. It kept that. Okay, that's another problem. I guess screw the people who didn't watch the show. There's no intro. Who the freak are these people? Some sort of dude with metal on and a baby green thing flying around the universe. Like, no intro, no explanation of why he can't take his damn helmet off. You're just going to leave new fans. And one of the people I was with was the first Star Wars experience. So they were like, there are so many problems with this movie. However, it is still light years better than the entire sequel trilogy. It is light years better. 700 parsecs better than the sequel trilogy after the second half of episode 7. Because it doesn't damage anything. And I love the Hutts, and I love Rada. I think it's Rada. Rata the Hutt. I love Rada, Jabba's son. I love that story. The people I were with hated it. They were like, that looks so stupid. I've been wanting to see that. I'm like, I've been wanting to go to the Hutts. It's like, how do they eat and what do they do? And like, what do they roll around? Like, what do they, and it was so cool to see that. And that was amazing world building, amazing. The voices felt right for the Hutts. All the Hutt stuff I thought was great. But 50% of this movie could have been cut and rewritten as something else. It would have been a lot better. There's no emotion. What's the character arc? The character arc for the baby is, oh, now he can press the buttons. So we went through the whole movie for there to be this one little character arc. Oh, you can press the buttons now, kid. This is a baby. This whole damn movie just does not land most of it. It's just basic logic doesn't add up. Why is he taking a baby? What is the point of these characters? We're going on missions and has no point. Oh, by the way, here's Sigourney Weaver. Woo! Then that's over in 4 minutes. A meaningless character with meaningless dialogue. She's just like, wow, things got messy. I don't want things to get messy anymore. What? It's like, bitch, I killed 41 people in the last scene alone. And there was 29 violent scenes before then where I killed other people. And so my conclusion is Lucasfilm is overrun with a culture of fear. People are writing mediocre scripts at best. And there's no one around them. I know 2 people at University of New Orleans, Eric and Henry, who could write better scripts than that. I know some students that could write better scripts than that. So, or at least sit there and help the writer improve it. There's no one checking scripts. They are scared. It must be that you have to be a sycophant. You have to love Clone Wars. The best thing they can do is get people who don't love all that shit. And to go back to what made the original trilogy great and draw from that well. You know? So the conclusion is, it's just not a good movie. But at least it doesn't destroy canon like Rian Johnson's movie did. It doesn't destroy canon. It world builds an amazing way. It's a great world building movie for future movies to explore. But just has no weight or emotion to the plot. Parts of it do. The first third of the movie is fantastic. The first third is fantastic. After about the third way through, I mean, people are literally on the movie screen sleeping, and then this person is sleeping in real life, and then this person is sleeping in real life. Everywhere around me, there's sleepy people. And they're napping a lot in the movie. So it's like, I was fighting sleep myself. I was like, this is just, hire me, Lucasfilm. I'll go in there and I will get your shit jacked up right. Let's make these scripts better, make better Star Wars movies, and let's help make the world a better place through art. Merci, and this is my first stream, and I don't know how to stop it, so I guess it would just be